Here are 3 great All Might figures for under 30 USD. Welcome to Running on Empty. Starting us off strong is our heaviest and tallest All Might of today's lineup. This is the Grandista All Might by Bandai Spirits at about 29 USD. He comes in at a whopping 570 grams and 29.5 centimeters from base to hair. I'd say this All Might's only weakness is that he comes apart in 4 different parts, including the footstand. I feel like with any figure, the more assembly you have to do, the more susceptible the figure is to breaking or that the parts don't fit flush. In this All Might's case though, I think they did a pretty good job in making him look fairly seamless despite him coming apart. Also, you might notice a few scuffs on this All Might and the other All Mights that I featured today, but that's not their fault because I did get these secondhand. And anyway, the scuffs that you will see are only tiny and very much ignorable, so don't worry about those. I'm not going to count those as weaknesses. Anyway, now let's move on to the many strengths. From top to bottom, this All Might has the best hair and face of all the 3 All Mights today. Okay, so I think that Buff All Might in his prime is a pretty handsome guy. So I really like that this figure, of all the figures today, showcases just how good looking All Might is. And in fact, I'd say that this figure is one of the most good looking All Might figures that I've come across in my research. I love his square jaw and chin, the cheekbones that could cut glass, that gorgeous grin, which they've added minimal teeth lines to, which I think makes the grin look even better, because it makes his teeth shine brighter. And I also think that he's got the best skin tone of all of the All Mights today. Because of all of these elements, I give him an easy A+ for character accuracy. I mean, I can feel the charisma oozing from him just from that face alone. And now, on to that body. Whew! Well, all I can say is I appreciate the amazing sculpt here. Those muscles are phenomenally crafted. And this pose? Superb. This is quintessential All Might. Everything about this pose screams power, confidence, strength. If there's ever a pose that screams, I am here, this is it. As we all know, All Might is a master of reassuring people. He's the kind of man who can strike fear and discouragement in the bad guys because of poses like this. All Might is literally showing every muscle he has here to show you exactly who the hell you're dealing with. And to also show you that it's pointless to try fighting him. Superb character representation in this figure. I love this pose so much. Whew, okay, let me stop because I could literally go on and on about this pose forever, but we need to keep this video going. Let's move over to the other things I like. Now the paint job is good, but it is flat with no shadows. Plus, I think the color is a bit too dark, at least compared to the other 2 All Might figures that I'm going to show today, but we'll get to that later. I love how sturdy he is, even though he only has a footstand keeping him up. And while he can stand without it, I do recommend keeping him in the footstand for extra stability. This is a gorgeous All Might figure for the price. And you really can't go wrong as an All Might fan if you got this figure, whether you're a budget figure collector or not. Next is our lightest and cheapest All Might figure today, which comes in at 2nd place for height. At about 253 grams and 23.5 centimeters from base to hair, this is the Age of Heroes All Might by Ban Presto at around 24 USD. Let's get to the weaknesses first. To start off, just like the last All Might figure, he also comes apart in 3 removable parts, including the base. But out of all of the 3 All Might figures today, he's the most stable in that it's really just his head which detaches. Another weakness, and I think this is quite a big one, is his skin tone, which is my least favorite of the 3 All Mights today. Now, this might be because he's secondhand, but his skin tone looks a little green to me. His hands and the side of his face also look a little bit sunburned. In fact, the shadows and shading on this All Might look a tad off. This person online said that the shadows look like soot, and I have to agree with that. He looks a little burnt to me. Now, on to the strengths. The base, which is a good solid black plastic, is nice and small and makes the figure sturdy. Also, they've done a good job on the pose and the body sculpt. This is another typical All Might stance, showing maximum muscle and just an all-around stolidity which inspires confidence in others. This All Might also has the best and most wrinkled detail of the three today, which I like because it gives the figure more realism. Hair-wise, they did a good job on the sculpt, and I like the faint golden red shadows they added to the tips of his hair, which adds some vibrancy to it. As for the face, I think it's not bad. I give it a solid B+ for character accuracy. Now, as for the smile, this All Might out of the three today has the most teeth lines, which to me takes away from the gleaming nature of his grin. The less lines, like the last one, the better. But overall, this is a solid All Might figure on a budget. Last, but definitely not least, is our most dynamic All Might figure today. This is the Amazing Heroes Volume 5 All Might by Bandai Spirits at around $27 USD. Now, this All Might is the shortest and second heaviest at around 21 centimeters from base to elbow and 265 grams. Again, weaknesses first, and for me, one of the big ones is that see-through black plastic that I don't like because I think it looks cheap. He also comes apart in 4 different parts, including the base. But that's more or less it. Now, because of how awesomely dynamic and action-packed this pose is, I'm not mad that they've used a peg support on this figure. In fact, I like how creative they got with it by putting it on his thigh and not his glute. I love the energy of this pose. There's a fierceness in it that I adore. The clenched fist, the clawed hand, the equally menacing yet cheerful grin. Oof. If you were a bad guy and saw this giant hulking guy literally pelting forward at you like this, what would you do? I'd give up. Nah, Prime just wouldn't be worth it for me anymore if I saw this guy coming at me. No way. And I love this portrayal of just how and why his very presence was a deterrent for crime. Again, awesome body sculpt here, with all of his muscles beautifully rendered. I also love the vibrancy of the paint job. This All Might is the one whose costume I think is the most accurate in terms of the color of all 3 All Mights today. The only shadow detail that they put on this figure is in his hair, with some brown shadow airbrushing, which was nicely done. As for his face, I give him a solid A. Now, one of the things All Might does very well is exude charm and menace all at the same time, and I think they've captured that wonderfully here. The skin tone is also pretty darn good, and in my opinion is the second best skin tone of this lineup after the Grandista All Might. And of all 3 figures today, this All Might is the one that draws my eye the most because of his superb pose. However, I do wonder how he'll fare over time since he is naturally leaning forward quite a lot. I really hope that he doesn't get too overwhelmed by his own weight, but we'll see. This is another amazing All Might figure on a budget. Okay, now let's rank them, and today I'll do it by category. For the best pose, in first place is the Amazing Heroes Volume 5 All Might, second place is Grandista All Might, and third is the Age of Heroes All Might. For best face and skin tone, first place is Grandista All Might, second is the Amazing Heroes Volume 5 All Might, and third is the Age of Heroes All Might. As for bang for buck and the best budget, non-budget looking figure, I'd definitely say go for Grandista All Might, just because he's the tallest, heaviest, and quintessential looking All Might out of all 3 of them today. He also has no need for a base, and has the most handsome and charming All Might looking face of all 3 of them today.